Foley Public School Board meeting on May 18th, 2026. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The mission of Foley Public Schools is to bring together students, parents, staff, and community to provide a quality education with an emphasis on developing the full potential of the individual.
We have some tabletop items to add on. Okay, so we'll need an approval for the agenda with the tabletop items that'll be on the consent agenda. The Foley special education teacher, Foley Elementary School special education teacher will add Caitlin Court. And then we have 1.33 FT for a Foley High School ag teacher, EA for support for golf, Foley Elementary School ESY, EA Summer School Jerry Johnson, and then a resignation.
I'll move to approve the agenda with the new items.
I'll second it.
We got a motion to approve and a second. All members in favor?
Aye.
Approval of routine business. Approval of routine business items which include consent agenda, billboards, our board bills, and approval of the meeting minutes. Can I get approval? Or a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Motion was made by Patrick and seconded by Wayne. All members?
Aye.
I need a resolution for accepting gifts. I know we had a lot of unified, Debbie Gilliard donated for the Unified Club, Hillman Sportsman Club donated for the Unified Club, Long Lions Club donated for the Unified Club, St. Cloud Refrigeration donated for senior yard signs, J&J Transport also, and the American Legion.
Motion to accept.
All members in favor?
Aye.
That's a resolution.
A roll call.
Actually, you don't have to, but it is a resolution.
We don't do roll call.
Not on that one. Who was the second there?
You don't have to do roll call.
Okay.
Who was the second?
Melissa.
Who is in?
Sharon and Melissa.
Number 7, the following probationary special education student support EAs will not be returning due to lack of student need for EA support in the fall of 2026-27 school year. This is an discussion and action item. Is there any questions on this?
Just for the sake of people viewing at home or in the audience, Mr. Costinas, can you just talk about this a little bit, give some background?
Sure, thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick. We, in previous years, our school district has non-renewed probationary education assistants at the end of the first school year of their first year, so that we can determine our needs for next school year and then hire back those that are needed, and if we need more beyond that, we can advertise for more. But the concern being, if we just stay with the current staff, if over the summer we have changes and we don't need as many, then we have them and we are overstaffed. So this is a way for us to ensure that we are not overstaffed for next school year.
So this is a yearly process that we do every year, but this time it's not something motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Patrick made a motion to approve, Nathan second, all members in favor.
Aye.
Activity director contract for 2026 and 27 school year. Do you want to speak on behalf of Mr.
Um,
Hackey?
Yeah, I'll be happy to. We, as you know, Eric has decided to move on to a new position, and Mr. Inglis, and so we advertised for a new activities director, and we had many applicants, and did our interviews last Monday, and had a great group that we met with, had a great number of people that were involved with the interview process, and Mr. Beckers is currently a activities coordinator and summer rec coordinator in the Sauk Rapids Rice School District at the middle school level. And so he had applied, and we offered him the position, and he accepted last Thursday. So we are very excited to have Mr. Beckers come on board for us for next school year. He'll be able to start at
There was a lot of great work that went into this. There was 12 members of either coaches, staff members. Joel and Mr. Posimus did a great job helping out with this. 3 of our school board members were involved in it, so he was one of our best picks, and everybody out of the whole group was in favor. So I needed a motion to approve. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All members in favor?
Aye.
FUE teacher contract 25 through 27. That's another discussion item.
Thank you, if you don't mind, I'd like
Yeah.
to review that. Since last fall, we've been negotiating with the teachers union to create a new contract for this year and next year. And I feel like we had a lot of good discussions. Obviously, we were hoping that we would be able to come to a consensus sooner, but we greatly appreciate the work of all the teachers and board members, and Ryan and myself and Kelly, along with the group to represent the district. I'll review some of the changes that were made for this new contract, and several things that were done. Of course, we update all the years so that everything is updated with that. We changed some language here and there to make it more accurate. This year we changed, we had 100 his, hers, and everything, so we changed it to theirs. We did staff development days. We have 3 staff development days that are in our school calendar for teachers to work at the end of the trimester. And now after the first trimester and second trimester, they will be able to use up to 3.5 hours of time that is just, it's unencumbered time, it's called. It's just for them doing their schoolwork, their classwork. They'll be able to do that remotely if they choose to. We are also changing our way that we do our pay rates for next school year. Beginning next school year, teachers will be paid on 24 equal payments, twice a month. And for a very long time, teachers have been paid out in June, one lump sum, and then they start up their normal process of 2 pay periods per month again. But this bargaining session, we have changed that, so it's just going to be 24 throughout the year. So that'll be nice for them to not have to worry too much about those summer months. CTE teachers, and we do get extra funding for classes that are approved by the state with certified CTE teachers.
And CT stands for?
Career Tech Ed.
Thank you.
So that would be what we used to call shop classes, home ec classes, business classes, career tech ed classes. If a teacher is licensed for that and it's an approved course, they can receive up to $1,500 per year for their programs, and then they get a pro ratio depending on the number of classes that they're licensed for with that CTE specific license. We removed the stipend for tenure, so when teachers attain tenure, they used to receive a $600 stipend. That has been removed from the contract. In professional leave, all teachers receive 2 days of professional leave per year and 4 per contract. It used to be that if you were a brand new teacher, you only received 1 day of professional leave per year, but we changed that so that they receive 2 just like every other teacher. Felt that new teachers might need that extra training as well as everybody else. Special education due process. Special ed teachers may use up to 4 hours of paid time to work on due process requirements, and that can either be during the school day with a substitute, or they can do that outside of the school day and receive payment for that, for up to 4 hours per trimester. It used to be that the Benton Stearns Special Education Cooperative would provide up to 4 hours per trimester for special ed teachers to work on due process. They ended that this year, so this is replacing what was in place up until this year for Benton Stearns. They also receive up to 4 hours of extra paid planning time before the school begins, before the school year begins, before student contact days. We removed the optional professional development day for teachers. In past years, there would be an additional staff development day at the beginning of the school year where teachers could attend if they chose to, and they would get paid $300 for that day for each of those that attended. We have removed that from the contract as a cost-saving benefit as well. Retirement health insurance benefit was reduced from attaining that after 20 years. They can receive that after 15 years of service in the district. We have a memorandum of understanding for this school year and for this, actually for this school year, so that, and through December 26th, through December of this year, so that with the new Minnesota paid family leave, the costs are paid for by the district and for the employee half and half, and that is we've agreed to continue that for the entire year. So, that's something that we agreed to immediately. That's what the state has offered for us. Wages, our year 1 wages, which is the 25-26 school year, the teachers' increase will receive 2.1% increase, and next year, in the 26-27 school year, they will receive a 2% increase. Their insurance will increase 0% this school year, and then next year, they have a contribution of $9,500 for a single plan, for a single, or for family plan, up to $21,525 contribution from the district. Continuing with the married teachers, receive paid in full the $3,400 deductible family plan, or to singles with a VIVA of $1,500.
And to clarify for anyone, not saying that teachers, they have to be married, you mean teachers?
Two teachers that are married within our district,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to
Thank you for
yeah.
making that.
I was just like, oh, everyone's getting
And that-
married.
That is also sunsetted upon the teachers that are currently hired have that opportunity, but moving forward, new hired teachers won't have that option. Our total cost percentage over 2 years is 6.707%. And that includes the wages, that includes all increases of everything over the 2-year contract.
Thank you to the teachers union and everybody on the committee for the hard work. I know it wasn't an easy task to do, to finish this, so we appreciate that. Can we get a
And I recommend that the board approve this.
I'll say as one of the committee members, I've never been on this particular committee before, but it felt very collaborative. That's my impression of it. I can't speak for everyone, but it felt like a very collaborative environment. A lot of those language things really comes out of like, hey, something's a little wonky for one end or the other, either, the district end or the teacher end. And really trying to figure out like what the real issue is and trying to solve problems. I feel like I learned a lot as a board member from the negotiations as well. That you really get to see how the sausage is made in a different way. So I want to say thank you too, because I came out of it, everything was always very friendly. There was never any kind of, sometimes you think about like there's drama or something to negotiate. It didn't feel like that at all. And everyone, it was very cordial and friendly. And Sharon always had really good brownies. So I think it was a good experience.
I'll take a motion. Oh, sorry.
I want to thank the FUE negotiation team, the district team. Special thanks to Dan Kelly, Brian Fetters, and Todd for all the information and keeping us on track. We really had the information we needed. I want to thank Tiffany, our mediator, and to each and every one who sat at the negotiation table. We had a job to do. It was done with knowledge, consideration, common sense, respect, and I think it put students first. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, thank you to Kelly and Ryan. I mean, the things they do with spreadsheets are amazing to me. I don't understand it, but they were on top of everything. And Kelly she's the one that actually goes through the contract line by line to make sure all the changes and everything are there after we're all done. And she does that with all of it, so I would say thank you to Kelly, because that is a lot of hard work and a lot of very finite detail and everything too. It's very, I couldn't imagine being that detail oriented, so thank you.
Anybody else that has anything? Take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
Motion was made by Patrick and seconded by Sharon. All members in favor?
Aye.
Depository account for community giving, scholarships for family initiated scholarship fund, which will be managed by the community giving to ensure professional investment and fiduciary oversight. This partnership allows for structured scholarship administration or an acorn fund approach to supporting student goals while offering a 501c3 structure for donations.
We had a large donation that the donor wanted this money to go towards a scholarship. So Ryan worked with counselors and created a way to make that happen with this process.
The business office certainly did, had a lot of help from folks at the high school, as well as secretaries and Bridget Larson as well, who the assistant finance director, so I'll make sure that they're all recognized because they did a really great job.
So this allows the funds to be monitored appropriately. All the checks and balances are there for a scholarship as they should be, and we'll be able to provide that money to scholarships as we can.
Ultimately, this isn't normally how you would go about if we got a big donation for a scholarship. Normally, families would take care of that, like other, or
It
is
can
this
go
something?
different ways. I mean, if you get a donation directly to the school,
Okay,
then we're obligated to take it upon ourselves to manage it.
okay.
And it's
There are different ways in which you could, yes, there are different ways in which you can do it. You can have as much hands-on, but really the purpose here is finding out what the family wants the money to go towards, if they do, a specific, if it's a specific or targeted need that they want to address, or if they leave it general, then there's more, we have more say in it, but you can have as little or as much say in the investment of the money as well. But you can do just about anything under the rainbow.
So because this is a 501c3, is this something that more donations in the future can be made towards, and is that in a tax deduction, a deductible charity for others to donate to?
Yeah, I'm not an expert on the donations itself. I could find more information on that.
I was just curious.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of, yeah, as you said, a lot of districts use this format, going through, but we could certainly look into that and see what else is possible.
I was just curious if this is something like, money is finite, obviously, so I was just curious if this is something that will be added to, or if this is through for the life of the donation.
I think, I don't know all the details. I'm not sure if Joel or those folks have, I feel like this was just a one-time.
So this is an endowment that was set aside that should generate, or will generate a scholarship in perpetuity in a set amount based on investment with this company.
Oh.
So if other people wanted to start their own endowment, they could use this means. And we found this because a few of our scholarships that are awarded that were some families invested, they used this company, and that's how we got in touch with them. We called one of our local financial people and said, how do we do this? And he said, talk to these people. That's what we got. So it should be set up, we believe, as an endowment that will provide a scholarship forever in this person.
Cool, awesome.
Mr. Foss, will this scholarship be given away this
It
year?
will not be given away this year because of the house just got
It's gonna
invested.
take,
Yeah,
it take,
it needs a year to gain the interest and whatnot to then generate that scholarship.
thank you.
I'll take a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Motion was made by Nathan, a seconded by Stephanie. All members in favor?
Aye.
Policy requiring review, discussion, first reading, and call for public comment of the following policy. Policy 305, policy implementation. Should I go through all of them, or should we just talk about each one first?
Well, so,
The policy committee has not met on these yet.
right, we're gonna try something a little different this time, because what usually happens with our cycles, we meet at the beginning of it, where, we're like, okay, we went through these policies, and then we have public comment for this time, and by the time we're gonna meet again, the public comment has come and gone, and so is the passing. So we are trying to kind of meet in the middle of the cycle, so that if there is any public comment, there's things we can look for and ask questions about at that meeting.
So is there public comment on policy implementation, policy 305?
Oh, and when we say public comment, we mean public
Us,
comment by the
us.
board. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Or at the end of our board meetings.
At the
there
other,
are-
that they can speak on it. Okay. Anybody have anything? Policy 404, employment background checks.
And much of this is things that just have to be updated for statutes and things like
Policy 506, student discipline. Policy 515, protection and privacy of pupil records. Policy 610, field trips. Policy 707, transportation of public school students. Policy 709, student transportation and safety policy. Any comments on any of those?
that. And I can make some comment about the student transportation safety policy if you'd like. We have our current policy, which is on our district website, it refers to, so for consequences for misbehavior on the bus, it discusses looking at the student handbook, which does address that specifically. Whereas the one that is up for consideration has very specific rules and regulations and consequences that are listed on the policy itself. So this will be something that the policy committee can review and decide if they want to change where they're referring to and so on.
After I looked at it, I think my recommendations is definitely going with what the School Board Association has on theirs. It's firm and we need to start supporting our bus drivers and making sure that kids and families understand that it's a privilege to ride the bus, it's not a right. And if you don't know how to behave on the bus, then you shouldn't be on the bus. And I think we need to get to that point.
And
So,
And typically, we try not to deviate too much, I think, from MSBA model policies. So, anytime we can make sure we're in line with that. They make those policies, obviously, they are experts legally as well, not just, in school, but they are legal experts when they write those policies.
any other comments or discussion items for that? Okay, policies requiring review, discussion, action, third and final reading, and call for public comment of the following policies. Policy 410, family and medical leave policy. Policy 625, responsible use of artificial intelligence. Policy 701, establishment and adoption of the school district budget. Policy 712, video recording other than on the bus. Policy 530, immunization requirements. Policy 615, testing accommodation modifications, exemptions for IEPs, Section 504 plans, and LEP students. Policy 515, protection and privacy of pupil records.
A few months ago, when the policy committee met, we went through these. We recommend the approval of the updated versions.
Comments from anybody? We'll take a motion to approve the policies.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Patrick and seconded by Nathan. All members in favor?
Aye.
Budget and enrollment. Ryan, it's up to you now.
Well, good evening, thank you very much. I'm Ryan Fetters, the business manager here at the district. And so, the very small numbers up here, what we have are the latest student counts as of the start of May is what we're looking at. And so overall, I would say we're holding pretty stable with enrollment throughout the district. But in looking at the elementary school, we did add one this month. Kindergarten, first, and second grade all were stable or break even. The same amount of students, we added one to the third grade for a total of 523 students in the elementary school. And then in the intermediate school, we added one overall from 771 to 772 students. And it looks like we gained one in fourth grade, we lost one in fifth grade, we lost one in seventh grade, and we kept everybody here in the eighth grade. And then looking at the high school, we, one student decreased here in the total count, and it looks like that was in 11th grade. So all the other grades holding the same count of students for a total of 558. When we add up all three schools, that's approximately 1,853 students, and then when we apply the reductions due to PSEO and the ALC, we had total actual district count of 1,803.32. And again, we have partial student counts. That's not really partial kids, partial student counts. So that's our enrollment update. Any questions on that? No?
We talked a lot about enrollment, obviously, just as we talked about signing to the district. And I think it's really hard to see up there. Obviously, we have copies here. If we look at where we started the school year at September, or our total, our actual, that was,
1836.
1836, right? And here we are ending 1803. So we've been talking about decreasing enrollment. This is the school year, right? So it's very, you can really see it here, the decrease, number of kids goes down throughout the year. I mean, numbers are always going to change throughout the year, but I mean, it's like a classroom. When we talk about, 30 kids, that's like a very full classroom. And of course, that's always going to have budget impacts. So we all have been, thinking about all the cuts and whatnot that have had to be made. And we can see that this is one piece of that puzzle. There's many others, but I just want to take a moment to recognize that.
Yes, and so it's important we want to educate as many children as we can, and all of those counts translate into dollars for the district too in terms of revenue. And then for the budget update, so tonight I'm here asked to speak on the update as of April 30th, 2026. So overall, the district's financial position remains relatively stable compared to the revised budget projections as we continue to move forward to the end of the fiscal year. Starting with the general fund, the revised budget projects approximately $26.5 million in total revenues, with, and you see it's approximately $19.3 million received through April 30th, or about 72.9% of budget revenues. The state revenues continue to track consistently with prior years at approximately 74.8% received to date. Property tax revenues are currently at 57.3% received through April. And as a reminder, property tax collections in Minnesota are timing dependent. So local revenues, including fees and interest earnings, are currently performing ahead of prior year pacing at approximately 85.9% of the budget received. Then on the expenditure side, the revised general fund expenditures are projected at approximately $26.2 million, with approximately $19.7 million expended through April, or approximately 75.3% of the revised budget. Salary and benefits, which make up the majority of the cost of the district, are tracking in line with expectations at this point in the year, approximately 70% to 73% of the budget. Purchase services are currently at approximately 89.6% of the budget, while supplies are a bit higher than projections at approximately 100.4%. And we'll continue to monitor those areas through the remainder of the school year. So looking at the other district funds, we have food service revenues and expenditures that are both tracking near expected levels, approximately 70 to 72% of the revised budget. Community ed activity is generally in line with expectations. Construction activity remains significant this year, as I believe we're picking up and may hear something about that later, with approximately $5.8 million in expenditures recorded through April with our ongoing indoor air quality projects. And then debt service expenditures are substantially, so they're basically paid all the debt service that we paid for this year. And then district-wide across all funds, the total revised budget revenues are projected at approximately $32.9 million, and the total revised expenditures are approximately $38.6 million. And through April 30th, we recorded $23.3 million in revenues and $30.2 million in expenditures across all funds. So as always, these numbers are going to fluctuate, but we're going to be even tighten further as we approach the end of the year, end of the fiscal year, but we'll continue to monitor the progress of the fiscal health of the district.
Does anybody have any questions for Ryan? Thanks, Ryan. Administrator information and reports. Mr. Foss?
The only thing I just, for the end of the year coming with graduation May 30th at 7:30. I'm planning on all 7 board members unless I hear differently. Board members, you can be there about 7:10 so we can be ready to start at 7:30. And Alyssa, you are, from what I understand, giving the board comments, is that correct? Yeah, I just want to make sure that I have all the information correct, otherwise, the end of the year coming soon.
Mr. Whitmer?
Yeah, I've got two things. First thing I had in my board report, but I want to highlight too, was on May 1st, Friday, we had our Day of Kindness, where our students, 4th through 8th grade, were out doing acts of kindness. So some of that for our older students was engaging with our community, helping some of the local businesses, cleaning up shops, or even some of the spring cleaning out in the yard for some of the businesses too, all the way down to some of our 4th graders who are writing positive messages on rocks. It was a great way to showcase to some of those acts of kindness and community engagement that we have here in our Foley community. So I want to take a second to highlight that. The last thing is I do have quite a few spring coaches in my building as well, so I do want to just give a big shout out to all of our spring coaches. I know all of the time and dedication that that takes, so thank you for all of our spring coaches for everything you do.
Mr. Kluger?
Just a quick update, my written update, the annual Fitness Fest has the date this Friday, the 22nd, that has been moved to Wednesday. So Fitness Fest this Wednesday, not Friday, at the elementary.
Eric, you over there?
Yes, I will congratulate our softball team, who as of about a half an hour ago, won their playoff game 1-0 over Pillager tonight. Congratulations to Laney Gill, who had 19 strikeouts.
Wow, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Paul?
Let the games begin. Next week, not this week, but next week we'll be really digging into everything. We've got 5 more Conex boxes coming for moving all that furniture. We're gonna try to do it with a bunch of kids in 20 minutes.
We're gonna see what we can do.
So all that starts next week, so it'll get really busy, so. But I'll try to update people during the course of the summer with videos and stuff of how things look or don't look, or, it looks, the band room's starting to look like a haunted house, everything's hanging all the wires and everything, and so, just to kind of have people see what a construction project is like, so.
Questions?
So as we've been talking about our budgeting for next year, we have some things that are listed there, some updates. So we're going to make some changes there to try to help make those, help make a difference for our next year's budget as was planned with our finance committee. Our indoor air quality project has begun as Mr. Jacobs just discussed. And the contract negotiations, I just kind of went through some of that. Thank you to the teachers and all the other unions that we've negotiated with already. And then we look forward to negotiations with the next groups, transportation principals, and then individual contracts as well. So we still have a long way to go, but we're coming along and things are progressing. So thanks for all the hard work everyone's been putting in on that.
Thank you. Committee reports. We literally just had a DAX committee meeting before at 4 o'clock today. Joel, do you want to go over what we went over? Do you have your agenda?
Sure.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about the Gifted and Talented program, how students are identified, and how teachers and the Gifted and Talented work together to differentiate for students. We talked about the standard response protocol, which is what used to be known as the ALICE or the lockdown, where we've got different levels, we've got holds and secures. We talked about some of that and how teachers will get more training in August and the students will get more training in September. We talked about our curriculum cycle and how we need to do some updating on that. Some of the last major updates have been a number of years. We need to look at that so that we can make the cycle a little more user-friendly and work better for everyone involved. And then MCA testing finished last week. The scores have not been released yet. The reading scores won't come out until late August or early September. We should be getting math and science scores fairly soon, at least preliminary scores, but not scores that can be shared with the public until they get finalized.
The wellness committee, Benton Stearns.
So, we do have an update on that. Are you on that, Dan, or?
Sure. We, Benton Stearns Education Cooperative has found a building that they are looking to move into probably, well, they've talked about maybe in January of '27, but it more likely will take another year to get started. It's a building that is currently owned by Centricare, being used for offices. It'll have to be renovated dramatically and updated. And so this week, the board for the Benton Stearns Special Ed Co-op will meet and talk about that to move forward with that. And look for an update coming in the future, more specific information from the co-op.
A long time coming for that, so that's good.
Where is the building, may I ask?
Well, for those of you that have been around for a while, it's the old women's and children's building. Yeah, Norwood Drive, so, yeah, shining spot, so.
There's still things to go through, and it's not final. I hope that they'll be able to get out of the old building where they don't have to, where they do have some, all the challenging things that facilities bring.
Building and grounds,
I know they know.
we did just meet them.
Yes, we did. Reviewed the projects that we would like to move forward with, starting the summer, over for next school year, over for the next year's budget. And we're able to move forward with quite a few things with food service, as well, the cafeterias and so forth. I don't have a list for you here. But we have a couple of things to verify and make sure, and ensure for food service funding. And we haven't gotten that completed quite yet, but just about there.
The finance committee, not right now, or have we met?
That's good enough.
Oh, okay. Health and safety,
We haven't met, but we do have a meeting this Wednesday.
okay. The insurance committee meets next week, Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday at 3:30. So MSBA has not met, Minnesota State High School League has not met. The policy committee will be meeting.
We'll be setting up a meeting, yeah, so if anyone on the board wants to get any comments or anything to us about policies that we introduced tonight at the first reading, that would be really helpful for when we're going through that.
Tenure and contract negotiations, that was just,
We did meet, we reviewed the teachers that are reviewing the tenure and the progress that our new teachers are making.
That was a really good meeting too. It's really cool to see our newer team members as they're going through and becoming more and more part of our system in our district.
opportunity for the board members' comment. Wayne? Stephanie? Patrick?
Well, I know we're not quite there yet. We have 7 days technically till the students are gone, but congratulations to Mr. Posthumus and Mr. Whitmer on their first year with us. It's been a lot of work, I know, for you guys, so congratulations. Your first year, it was a big deal. Hey, come out to graduation. It'll probably be hot and humid in the gym and all that, but it's always a good time. Looking forward to Alyssa's remarks. And this is something that's just kind of been in my head a lot as we've been talking about, obviously, the finances a lot, doing negotiations and budget reductions and things like that. And a lot of times people say, Well, I know the school's a business, or treat it like a business, but I think that's not always an apt comparison. And, you know, it's like in a business can do a lot of different things with finances that we can't do. You know, they can raise prices, but we don't raise prices. They can change their inventory. We can't really do a lot of the inventory change. You know, we don't have a widget we sell. And so, and the third big difference between us and a business, a school and a business, is obviously profit motive. We don't have a profit motive. So I just want to, you know, as I think about this, I think there's a little shift in thinking sometimes, and you see that it's more about utilizing resources than in a different way than a business does, where we are, you know, trying to have a profit to expand our business to, or things like that. We get our funding through the states for the most part, you know, through taxes. It's a fixed income in a lot of ways. And it's more about stewardship of resources. And I think, as I kind of been thinking about it, I think we've seen some really good stewardship of resources this year. And so I want to say thank you for that.
Nathan? Sharon?
Well, there's a lot going on. There's concerts, 7th and 8th grade band. Everybody has that second concert of the year, and they've been good. Attended the Students of Excellence given by Resource Training and Solution. That's where we get a chance to celebrate the best of the best. Very unique situation. Prom was beautiful and a success. I attended the FFA banquet, which was very interesting, and the Unity Prom. This was a very special experience. We made great use of our gym. Our food service served the events. Lots of fun and a tremendous amount of support by community, parents, grandparents. It was just good. I attended the staff appreciation events. Again, our food service shined, and it was just an opportunity to thank our staff. I'll just say thank you, and just fun. I want to thank all who worked on the AD selection interviews. And last night was our night of excellence. I would have to say it was efficient, timely, and a chance to celebrate the athletics and arts. We had a great chair. We have a lot going on in the next few weeks. Stay tuned. Things are starting to come together, and I want to thank our resigning coaches for their great work. Emma Foss, our head swim coach, Becky Rasmussen, our head track coach, Maria Zemke, our junior volleyball coach, and Marissa Spitzka, the assistant dance coach. Our program grew and shined under the guidance of these people. Next, I want to thank Andrea Pawlowski for her work as a FHS social teacher. I saw this young lady come into the district as a young teacher. She leaves us as a master teacher. She was a driving force in our Minnesota Honor Society, and it was always a pleasure to work with her, and her results always made us and the students shine. Best to her in her future endeavors. Leah Oakes, again, thanks for your good work, and she's going on to be an administrator. Good luck to her. And as Amber Nelson leaves us as an EA, she's going to put on a teaching hat. So thanks to all those people, and exciting to see all the changes happening. Thank you.
I really don't like all county.
Congratulations to Dan Marad and his future endeavors. I know he has resigned and been such a great teacher for the last how many years, so we wish him the very best.
I hate to go after Sharon because she gives, I have my list, and I have my list and I'm like, well, I guess Sharon said it all, so.
Thank you, Sharon.
Yes, thank you, Sharon,
I started hard on
for making sure that everybody was, I appreciate that. I do want to just do a special shout out to all the coaches last night for coming in and honoring our kids, Eric for planning it, and Corey for all your hard work. It was a great night, and yeah, the chairs were great too. So thanks to all the people that donated to make sure we had those cushy chairs, because I would have brought my own to sit back on the bleachers, so I wouldn't, after the last year's weren't as great. So, meeting events and notices, note this does not include scheduled events. Please visit the calendar and or visit the website. On May 28th, we celebrate our last day of school, so thank you to all who have done a lot for our students this year. May 29th, the last teacher day. May 30th is high school graduation in the high school gym at 7:30, followed by the senior lock-in. And then our next regular board meeting is on June 22nd, right here where we are now. Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is that Alyssa?
Who's the second, Alyssa?
Alyssa. So Sharon made a motion, Alyssa second, all members say aye.
Aye.
Kelly?
Thank you. 6:32.
Thank you.